Ready to roll. Stu Feiner is going to be joining us here in a second. We're presented by Dude Wipes, the product that will change your life. No more scratchy, itchy, dry toilet paper. Use Dude Wipes once. It'll change your life. You'll never go to the bathroom the same again. You'll thank me. Unbelievable product. They're available in retail stores, Target, Walmart, all over the country, as well as online. Dude Wipes, the only way to clean up your number two. And they've got all kinds of other amazing clean products, too. Just huge fan. The first time I used them, they really changed my whole trajectory of how I use the bathroom forever. That good of a product. We came on a little late. Shout out to our production team, though. We had some difficulties, but hey, we always get it figured out. Shout out to all of our guys behind the scenes and Moody. I appreciate y'all. Tyler Moody joining us as well. What's up, Mr. Moody? How are you?
I'm here. We're good. Sorry. That's just, it is what it is. We got to take care of, though.
So man. Here. All good, man. Part of the game, part of the deal here. I have no idea how these settings and stuff work, but I appreciate all our guys behind the scenes making it work. A bunch of stuff to get into today. As I said, we're going to be joined by Stu Feiner, who's maybe the perfect Wake Up Mintzy guest because he brings the just insane energy every single morning, as he always does. Can't wait to catch up with Stu. Kind of a bunch of stuff going on in the sports world. But first of all, Moody, did you happen to see the Jack Mack and
you right?
Yeah, I got it. The Caleb Williams Jack Mack stuff I thought was really, really funny. Online yesterday, Jack Mack kind of roasted him for a pink phone, and Caleb Williams, who's about to be the number one overall pick of the NFL draft, fired back at Jack Mack, roasted him on his profile pic, and it just never fails to amaze me, like the Barstool difference. Like, how does Caleb Williams know who Jack Mack is as he's getting ready for the draft, about to be the number one pick? Thought that was extremely funny. Check out tonight the Last Chance Uganda video. We appreciate Billy Football. Had such a good time with Billy Football on here yesterday as he talked about his run for Congress. He's got a big event at Borelli's tomorrow night. He's got to get, I don't remember how many. He had 400 signatures. I think he needed 1,250 or 2,500 by April 4th. So go out to Borelli's in Long Island, support Billy Football. That's tomorrow night at 6:30. I can't believe his congressional campaign is serious. Had a good time with him on here yesterday, talking about it. We managed to not get canceled too, which I thought was pretty big positive. Had to be a little careful with the politics. But Billy, I mean, I thought when he announced that he was joking, but he's actually serious. He's got friends and family support. He's out there, getting signatures and stuff. I think it's pretty wild deal. Thanks to Stella Blue Coffee, as always, for sponsoring Wake Up Mintzy as well. It's the only way to wake up in the morning. There's nothing better than that first cup of coffee in the morning. And Barstool Big Cat is one of the best Americans I've truly ever met. So check out StellaBlueCoffee.com. And we've got our Stella Blue Bracket Challenge is going right now, too. The winner will be coming to the Chicago HQ office. Some stuff to get to in the sports world. We're kind of on the days between here. NCAA tournament starting back up tomorrow night. And 4 games tomorrow night, 4 games Friday night. We'll have a live stream here from the Chicago office. Man, this Sweet 16 just got me pumped. It's like the double-edged sword because, everybody likes March Madness for the madness and the craziness. You want the big upsets, and I get all that. I mean, that's kind of what makes the tournament. But whenever the chalk wins, you get awesome Sweet 16 and Final Four matchups. And like last year, you had this just crazy Final Four with FAU and San Diego State and UConn and Miami. And then this year, you're going to have some serious blue bloods, it looks like, because so few chalk teams have lost. But, man, great matchups just all the way around. And tomorrow night, I believe there's going to be a watch party at Barstool River North for Illinois, Iowa State. I know there's a lot of excitement about that in this area. Illinois looks amazing. Number one offense against the number one defense in the NCAA tourney. Illinois, a 1.5-point underdog. But, you're looking at UConn, San Diego State. You got a national championship rematch. UConn an 11-point favorite, which I don't know. I just feel like this UConn thing, they've been beating the hell out of everyone. They win every game by 20. We saw what they did in the NCAA tournament last year. They ran through literally everyone. No problems. So far we saw them demolish Stetson Northwestern. I kind of feel like San Diego State might fight them a little bit here. The line opened at 10. It's gone to 11. However, this game is in Boston, so that is a UConn home game. I know Jeff D. Lowe going. It's going to be awful hard to get tickets. I believe it's like $500 to get in the door because the UConn going after the national championship repeat. Both Dave Portnoy and Big Cat have huge futures bets on UConn. I believe Jack Mack does as well. I can't fault necessarily any of that. But some other Sweet 16 matchups I'm looking forward to, Tennessee, Creighton, you got Duke, Houston, UNC, Alabama. I'm curious, can the SEC get Bama or Tennessee to the Elite Eight? It's been a just dumpster fire of a NCAA tourney for the SEC. 2 teams still left. A&M showed well, almost beating Houston, but we all saw Auburn lose to Yale first round, Kentucky lose to Oakland. Just kind of a disaster for the Southeastern Conference. Not so much for the ACC and Big East, who are both ACC. I mean, God bless, what a tournament they're having. Big East is undefeated. They only got 3 teams in, and they're all in Sweet 16. But can't wait to just get this thing restarted. So much excitement there. Women's tournament continuing to roll too. LSU and Iowa on a collision course in the Elite Eight. A rematch of last year's national championship game. Caitlin Clark getting some flack for some post-game comments. She's certainly a great competitor. Hit her over 31.5 the other night, but everybody wants to see an LSU-Iowa national championship rematch. And then also this week, we got the NCAA tournament restarting. We've also got opening day of Major League Baseball. I know we had the Dodgers Padres in Korea last week, and I highly recommend all of y'all follow at Moody Mac TV on Twitter. Moody sends the goods with home run props and his baseball picks. Looking forward to that. So, we got Major League Baseball. We got college basketball starting up. NBA in full swing. I was pissed last night. The Pelicans had a huge comeback against the Thunder, but then they just fell apart down the stretch. Thunder had a 12-0 run to end that game in New Orleans. Kind of a bummer of a loss. The Lakers made a huge comeback against the Bucks, too. Bucks are up huge. But we're kind of getting down to the nitty-gritty in NBA. Only a few weeks left in that. Looking forward to the NBA playoffs as well. So basketball full swing, baseball kicking up, and then we'll get into the college baseball real heavy, conference play going on as well. So fun time in the sports world. NFL draft is soon. What's not to love? I believe we're now joined by Stu. We're now joined by our friend who's really true epitome of what Wake Up Mintzy is all about, because no one is more ready to roll. Ready to roll. Ben.
Ready to roll, Ben. How you doing?
Doing well, Stu. How are you this morning? It's been a couple of months since we've had you on the show, and it hadn't felt right without you. I mean, Wake Up Mintzy is born to have Stu Feiner on the show, and we're thrilled to have you.
Yes, and listen, first of all, I love you. Second of all, God bless you. And third of all, it's an honor to be on the show. Now, I miss Chicago tremendously. I mean, taking a plane every single week gets tedious, but now that I haven't been there in forever, I so miss Chicago. I so miss hugging out with you and eating dinner with you and laughing with you. And listen, nothing's better than Wake Up Mintzy, because it gets me motivated in the morning after my prayers, after my meditation, after my egg whites, after I do my games, post my promos for the day. I watch Wake Up Mintzy, and it makes me laugh. You're the king of entertainment at Barstool, and it's an honor that you're my brother. That's all I can say right now.
I love that intro. You're buttering me up. I don't know if I do. Most of my entertainment's kind of unintentional, but you know what? So what? We bring the energy every morning. We love you, Stu. We're happy to be here. We bring that grateful, positive energy. And Stu, I got to ask you, you just talked about your prayers, your meditation. What does Stu Feiner's morning routine look like?
Well, I wake up normally at, let's say, 4:45. I immediately guzzle probably 2 cups of Stella Blue, and then I walk Aria. And I hug Aria, and I walk around my 2.68 palatial estate, and I say my prayers. And you know how my prayers go. I've been in the room since 1984 through Overities Anonymous, and my prayers go, please God, give me the strength to be abstinent from my compulsive overeating, my gambling, my drug addiction, my sexual behavior, my abusive language, my compulsive spending, my selfishness. Please lift my difficulties and my character defects so I can work the program of recovery one day at a time. Very grateful to you, God. Grateful for the program of recovery you've given me. Grateful for the abstinence you've given me. And then I get on my knees and I say, humble myself to my knees and thank you. So I lock in with God at the beginning of the morning. And that really, to be honest with you, Ben, all kidding aside, centers me. I'm not a religious person at all. I think all organized religions are not for me. The minute they ask me for money in any way, shape, or form, I'm out. Bye-bye. But I'm very spiritual, where I believe if I do the right thing, by myself, by my family, by my father, by Barstool, by you, by my personal friends, that things will come back to me. I totally believe in that. And that's my mission statement.
Love that. So you get up and just recenter every morning. I noticed you said the egg whites. I saw you had a good weight loss this week. Stu and I I always say this. Look, I mean this in the bottom of my heart. Stu's my New York family, and I'm lucky to have in my life. And, especially we try to encourage each other, and we both certainly fight some compulsive stuff with the eating and the health stuff. And seems like I saw you had a good weight loss this week. You feeling good?
Yeah, I'm feeling amazing. I'm locked in 2 straight weeks, and pretty much April 13th is when I'm going to do my they take my blood, and then April 17th I'll get the numbers, and my A1C was like 13.8. So they finally said, Stu, your A1C's been over 10 for over 13 years now. You're going to go on insulin. And I for some reason I don't want to go on insulin. I feel like that's a failure as a human being. I feel like, because everything that I have, all my sugar problems, my cholesterol problems, are self-inflicted. It isn't like I was born with type 1 diabetes, when there's nothing you could do about it. I was born one of the most healthiest humans that ever lived. I'm like an Olympic athlete as a 5'4 3/4" hobbit. You know what I mean? I'm Olympic level, because pretty much there's nothing I can't do if I put my mind to it. So 3 weeks ago, I had that epic fail. I gained, almost 11 pounds in 1 week, marijuana, sugar, carbs, full blown, and a couple of 20,000 calorie days and a couple of 15,000 calorie days. But I lost 7.7 2 weeks ago and 1.7 this week. And you know how it works, Ben. We know what works. No one has to tell us anything. One moment at a time, one day at a time. It's a disease. Compulsive overeating is a disease. Some people, it comes naturally. They're worried about their health. They're concerned with their health, and they lock in. It's very hard for you and me to lock in, because we live a free life. We live by the seat of our pants. Anything goes at any moment. We make a commitment in the next second, we're binging. So, we're both incredibly athletic humans. Our cardio is second to none. And I think, a lot of people are jealous, be honest with you, how sexy we are being overweight. I mean, God forbid if we were on point and on weight, let's say we both lost, let's say the 30 pounds that we're carrying overweight, there wouldn't be any women, for anyone else. So I think that people should be happy that we fail on a daily basis.
Well, that's my exact plan, to fail on a daily basis, to leave some women for the rest of them. But no, I really love, I genuinely, I know I've said this a second ago, but I love how you're open and share this stuff, because I fight it too. There's no denying it. And, one of the things that I do is I cover up for it, because I can work out and run like crazy and stuff. But diet's 80 to 85% of the battle. And I've been fighting it lately. I've been up and down. I hadn't been doing good enough. And so I feel like I need one of those phone calls where you're screaming in my ear a little bit right now, because I'm doing good on the working out and running, but I definitely haven't been eating healthy enough. And I feel it. It's no good. I feel it in my chin. It's not worth a damn. It's not the way to live. It's terrible.
Right. Exactly. No, well, listen, I have, I have a podcast called Only Stu Podcast, on iTunes and Spotify. And me and Alex every week battle with it. And Alex constantly says to me, Stu, what is it going to take for you to lock in forever? And if it was that simple, I actually would lock in forever, but it's extremely hard. We both are glorious failures in the eyes of God. That's pretty much the bottom line.
I think that's fair.
The reason that we're not both 350 pounds or really deceased already is because we know what actually works. When we eat clean and you do over 40 minutes of extreme heavy aerobic exercise, it gets your blood flowing. It gets your metabolism flowing, and also our legs and our buttocks are very strong. We have amazing strong buttocks and legs. It's why we're great in bed and why we could run unlimited miles, being the way we look. You know what I'm saying? We don't look like, we're not 130 pounds, 140 pounds. We don't look like Clemmer. Clemmer looks like an Olympic runner. You and me look like, let's go to the buffet, Dom DeLuise type fatso people. So what works. I know it works. And it's a daily struggle. It's a worldwide struggle. I just watched something on Oprah Winfrey, and she said, don't shame people that are taking Ozempic and these new drugs that are involved. And, like I told Big Cat was so funny. I told him I tried Ozempic for 9 days, and I threw up every day, and I felt queasy and sick and dizzy every day. So I had to stop it. Now, if I could shoot myself probably once a week and get thin, I would, but I can't. God didn't give me, that out. It's not happening. So, together, you and me, Mintz, we can do what we can't do alone. And as it is, like you like exercising in the morning if you could fit it in, and eating clean in the morning, it starts your day right. And we have to be responsible. We have jobs that rely on us, and you and me do the same things. You make mistakes and you correct your mistakes. I make daily mistakes. I correct my mistakes. Big Cat and Dave hold you responsible, and really Sandy and Alex hold me responsible. So you know what I'm saying? Every day I'm getting yelled at by Sandy. Every day I'm getting yelled at by Alex. Every day you're getting yelled at by Dave. Every day you're getting yelled at by Big Cat. So I think we live parallel lives, and thank God we're gorgeous, and together we could do what we can't do alone.
Love it. Feeling motivated. I got the energy up this morning. I just got to quit lying to myself, because like I'm doing, it's like a lot of times I'll like kill the exercise. And so I'll like do the brain justification, mental gymnastics, but like it's all diet. It's literally 85% of it. And me and you have the same thing on it, where like if you make one mistake and it triggers the sugar, and then it like compounds, and you have weeks like the one you're talking about. Anyway, we'll get there. Together we can do it. I'm going to crush it.
Together we can do it. What we can't do alone. You and me have that. What is a disease that we have, the compulsive overeating disease, is once we slip, most normal people that don't have the disease stop. They say, I had my slip for the day. I had my ice cream. I had my pizza. I had my potato chips, and I'm going to stop. You and me say, wow, we made a mistake, and we're going to chase the entire day into the ground and then start tomorrow. Well, P.S., we've gained like 3 pounds. We ate like 6,000 to 10,000 calories. You and me never get hungry. The word hungry doesn't exist for us. You know that. When you were drinking, you couldn't drink enough. When I was drugging, couldn't drug enough. And when I'm into the sugar and carbs, it's unlimited what I can eat. It's literally unlimited. People look at me and they say they've never in their lives seen someone eat as much as me. And, that's the story of my life. But listen, we're blessed. We have a blessed life. People love us. People respect us for our insecurities and our inadequacies. And, we live life in front of the camera. Everyone sees when we fail. Everyone sees when we make our mistakes, but they can relate to that because we are glorious failures in the eyes of God.
I love it, Stu. You got me so fired up and smiling. I love how you share it, because all that's so true. And it's like you let a little sugar in it, it compounds. It's like a drug.
Oh God! I mean, once I have sugar, it's all over. Like, and you know what I've been able to do? I've had a little balance in my life now. This last, let's say, 3-month run of me being clean. A couple of weeks I put in 40 miles on the path. And now I'm not running because I have a herniated disc bulging and spinal stenosis. So so I'm able to walk, but I walk like between 4 to 10.8 miles at about a 16-minute and 45-second pace, which is a decent pace for a walk. And if I grind out 38 miles a week, that's like 3,800 calories burning. But in addition to it, it builds muscle. And as we know, as almost Olympic athletes, muscle burns calories at rest. That's the key. So when people say, why do you want to work out with weights? Well, muscle burns calories at rest. In addition to having, when you do aerobics, it's 40 minutes plus aerobics at a very intense pace. Again, your metabolism is working double the normal way it would work at rest. So the key is to burn calories at rest, which helps the whole process.
Love it. You get physical education on Wake Up Mintzy. You never know what you're going to get in the morning when you get Stu Feiner on there. I've gotten more into the weightlifting lately too, and I'm noticing a big difference. It definitely makes a huge difference. So Stu, I got to ask you.
Go.
I was laughing my ass off a couple of days ago when Billy Football showed up at your door to get his signature to run for Congress. We had Billy on yesterday. I saw you mention you're going to be at Borelli's tomorrow. What do you think about Billy's run for your congressional district?
A couple of things I want to say right now. First of all, I'm extremely jealous, like horrifically jealous how good looking he is. I mean, he looks like Ryan Gosling. I mean, he's drop dead gorgeous, and with a suit and a red tie, he looks like a politician, but he's gorgeous. And his fiance, Cece, that I met for the first time, she's even more gorgeous. So I could see them being in the White House. I think it's our best shot to put a stoolie in the White House. And for my money, when I came to Barstool, Billy was one of the most inclusive, accommodating, loving individuals I ever met. He was funny. He was willing to accept me at face value. He didn't judge me. He wasn't intimidated by me like I was making moves and trying to be the big shot in the company. Hugged it out with me. And we've always had a great relationship. So now that he might have started this as like a joke, it's no joke no more. He's dead serious. And then moreover, I think he will win the primary, and I think he has a real shot at beating Tom Swazi. And I think that he literally could have absolutely a new vocation as being a politician. I love Billy, and everyone loves Billy, and everyone knows about Billy. They've seen what he's done on Pardon My Take. Big Cat loves him. PFT loves him. And really, if Big Cat and PFT love you, you really don't need anyone else in the world to love you. They love me. They love Billy. I think he's going to do a great job. The key is this. It's going to be very hard for him to get 1,250 signatures because a lot of people have to be registered Republican. Then also they have to, when they sign it, they have to give the actual exact address and it has to match. And also, if they have already committed to another Republican candidate, it gets disqualified. So really, when I spoke to people that are professional politicians, you need like 4,000 signatures to actually equate to 1,250. Well, then he would get on the primary and see if he could run and win the nomination and then go against Tom Swazi. But I think he has a great shot. And I think this is something he could do for the rest of his life. And it's no joke. And I believe in Billy. Billy's a good person. He's a good human being. I trust Billy with my life. And absolutely, he's got my vote.
Stu Feiner endorsing Billy football for Congress in New York's 3rd Congressional District. Believes in him. Check out that event. You're going to Borelli's tomorrow night, I believe.
Yes, well, obviously it's a 20-hour work day for me and Alex. We start really at like 4 a.m. Tomorrow, work right up to game time. So once the first game tips, I'm gonna take a shower and fly right to Borelli's, and then I'm gonna hug it out with the crowd there. I'm gonna do snaps, I'll do tweets, I'll do Insta stories, I'll do videos. I'll do 15, 30 with their girls if it gets for them to donate to Billy's campaign, and we get an actual proper signature. And then we're looking for people to work for us to get signatures. So in other words, it's not going to be easy. This is not an easy task. Billy, in the pouring rain Saturday, all he did all day in the rain, torrential rain, 3 inches of rain on Long Island, 50-mile-an-hour winds, like it was something out of the Wizard of Oz. He was walking and meeting people, meeting possible, sign-ups and saying, hello, I love you. Please sign up. So he's dedicated. His fiance Cece's dedicated. There's a ton of money behind him. Stoolies are behind him. And there's no two ways about it. If he gets the nomination, I'm sure Dave Portnoy is going to drop a couple of million behind him. And there's no, listen, stranger things have happened. No one would have ever thought Donald Trump would beat Hillary Clinton. I never thought that. I thought Hillary was a lock and Donald smashed her. So if Donald Trump can be president, Billy can definitely be a congressman.
Billy football for Congress, one of the great movements of 2024.
I love it. I mean, so excited. I mean, it really is an excited movement. People who are involved with this campaign are juiced up. They believe in him. This is not like a ruse. It's not a joke. It's not content. It's real deal. It's a life-changing movement for Billy, and I think for Stoolies, and I think for the world.
When I saw it the first time, I couldn't stop laughing. But I'm obsessed with following it. I think it's unbelievable. So I know he appreciates your support. That's Borelli's tomorrow night. Stu, I want to ask you, obviously busy time of year, heart of the NCAA tournament. How did your opening weekend
go? One monster Thursday, got humiliated Friday. One big Saturday, one big Sunday. I'll take it. Winning 3 out of the 4 days is incredible. And as you know, it's first of all, sports gambling is the hardest thing in the world to do. Everyone does it now. It's the hardest thing in the world to win. Most people say, hey, I win or I do okay. That's not actually true. They get murdered. They get smashed. They get crushed. 1% of 1% wins. So for me to pull off with the world on me, and you see my prices, I have a paywall. people pay me. I'm the only person at Barstool that has a paywall where people have to pay me to get my information. So in other words, the pressure of the world is on me. I work 7 straight 20-hour days. And thank you, Lord. Thank you, God. I had a great Thursday. I got humiliated Friday, and I came back with a fabulous Saturday and Sunday, which was absolutely unbelievable. Creighton in overtime on Saturday probably was the biggest game I've had in my career. And then what I did is I pushed all the money.
In your whole career? Come on.
No. My career. My entire career, Creighton winning in overtime. That would have just put me out of business, be honest with you. But it won because God loves me and the sports gambling gods love me. And I love myself. And then I pushed all the profits into Purdue on Sunday, which I thought was the easiest game in the history of sports gambling. And then we followed it with Duke Sunday night. So thank you, God. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Moses. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Allah. And we continue on to the Thursday.
Hell yeah. Well, good for Stu. I mean, it couldn't have been me that took Utah State and James Madison to win against Duke and lost by 77 points in two games. It just could not have been me. I will mention that Creighton-Oregon overtime. You got the Miracle Creighton cover.
Miracle.
I've never gotten luckier in my whole life than over 145 or 140 or 147 in that game.
Oh, in the double overtime. That was unbelievable.
It was 62-62 going to overtime. Even the first overtime didn't get it over. That's how horrendous my pick was.
Oh, my God.
And then it ended up going over. And I had a really good weekend, too. I got lucky. I mean, Stu, the stuff I saw in this tournament, I mean, you can't, like, I had Purdue by 27 over Grambling Friday night, and they got a walk-on that scored 3 points in his career, shoots a 3 with 8 seconds left instead of running out the clock.
Cha-ching.
Yeah, and then that A&M comeback was insane. So I don't know, it's crazy, but I had a great weekend. Looking forward to the momentum in the Sweet 16. I'm curious. I brought something up before. Do you like? Everybody wants March Madness for the upsets and stuff, but like when the favorites win, now we have an awesome Sweet 16. I mean, I don't think it's that bad.
No, definitely. No, listen, you have a lot of people that obviously fill out their brackets, and it's the probably the best form of entertainment in the world, betting on the tournament, because very unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen. Then you have your actual people that follow college basketball, that live by it, like us, like you, like Big Cat, like my son Alex, that watch every single game, every single minute, every single day. So the tournament is just another day at the office for us, because it's like the Thursday, Friday tournament is similar to any Saturday in college football and college basketball. I mean, college basketball has 111 games on a Saturday. We're watching every game from noon until 2 a.m. So in other words, it doesn't matter underdogs, favorites. You want to see quality play. And you know that quality play is Connecticut. I mean, is Purdue. I mean, is North Carolina. So the chalk winning doesn't hurt the tournament at all, doesn't hurt the enjoyment at all. And the odds makers are making them such prohibitive favorites that, if you're going to lay the number with the number 1 seeds or the number 2 seeds and the number 3 seeds, you're going to pay the price. And it's very difficult to cover. It's just that simple. And you sprinkle in the underdogs involved. And it's the greatest form of entertainment. It's the 4 most enjoyable days of the year, Sweet 16. Coming into now, the second most enjoyable days of the year would be this Thursday, Friday with the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8. And then, by the time the Final Four comes, you're limping to the finish line. You have nothing left. You can't even breathe. Like I haven't slept probably in a month right now, although I rarely sleep anyway. Sleep when you're dead. That's been my motto since 1979. But yeah, I mean, I love the tournament. Doesn't matter. Underdogs, favorites, bring it on. The key is this: single elimination sports are the best sports in the world.
When everything's on the line, every game. No, that's what makes the tournament so good.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's what makes the tournament so great. It's all on the line and anything can happen in 40 minutes. Do you think obviously UConn's a super prohibitive favorite. Do you think they can be beat?
Absolutely. No two ways about it. Purdue can bury them. Listen, UConn is the best team and the deepest team. There's no two ways about it. I mean, I'm not breaking any, records by saying that. I'm not opening anybody's eyes. The key to the tournament, in my opinion, and obviously I'm talking, so it's my opinion, You hit the threes, you can't be beat. So if Connecticut hits their threes, no one's beating them. If Purdue hits their threes, no one's beating them. So it's a matter of who hits the three. You hit the three ball, you could win the tournament, even as a 2 or a 3 seed. If any of those 2 or 3 seeds get hot and hit the three, game's over. You can't, game is over. No two ways about it. You really can't defend the three, especially when people are pulling up from, 35, 40 feet. What are you going to do? Like years ago, they would pull up right at that 3-point line. That's no longer the case. They do step backs from my backyard and swish. So the talent level is off the charts. And I think the key to the tournament is who can hit the three. And absolutely, Purdue can beat Connecticut.
All right. Stu Feiner joining us on Wake Up Mintzy. Where do obviously I know you're a big football guy. You obviously like the NCAA tournament, like sports-wise rankings. Like what do you enjoy the most?
My favorite sport, Major League Baseball.
Okay.
Major League Baseball. Yeah, because it's the only sport that when I'm on offense, you can't score on me. I mean, that's simplistically it. When I'm on offense, you can't score. So it's a much more relaxing sport. It's a much more slower pace sport. Your stomach's not in a knot. It's such a long season that you could really enjoy the ebb and flow. You can get into a groove. In addition to it, it was the best sport that I played as a child. 6th grade, I was arguably the greatest 6th grade baseball player that ever lived. As a catcher, all-star catcher, I was better than the 8th graders. 7th grade, I was great. 8th grade, I was good. And 9th grade, pretty much I was done. So if I had any dreams of being a professional athlete, it would have been a Major League Baseball player if Major League Baseball started in 8th grade.
Major League Baseball. And speaking of that, hey, what a good segue. It's tomorrow, opening day.
Baby, so excited. So many possibilities. I can't. Listen, the Mets are the best team in Major League Baseball in April, May. So I thoroughly enjoy April, May. I'm a diehard Met fan. I'm a bandwagon Yankee fan. I'm a big Bruce Bochy fan also with the Giants because I made so much money when they won 3 World Series. I was on them hard and heavy. And Baumgartner was arguably the greatest money pitcher I've ever seen in my life. And Posey as a catcher, because I love, catching. And he was just unbelievable. So can't wait. So excited. And I'm ready to roll with baseball. I love it. I love baseball. It's by far the easiest sport to beat because of the length of the season and the amount of games. I mean, 162 games. I mean, double the games in the NBA, double the games in hockey, tenfold the games in football. And, that gives you an edge. So it's become, let's say, I used to beat the pants off baseball. Baseball in the 80s and 90s and into like very early 2000s was stealing money. It's become 10 times harder now because the pitcher no longer goes 7, 8, 9 innings. If you had a great pitcher, he went the length of the game and then your closer came in the 8th inning, with 2 outs in the 8th or just in the 9th. Now that's not the case. Now you have to rely on bullpens, and similar how you've seen the Rays do it, they start the relievers right out of the box in the 1st, 2nd inning. And it's very hard for these pitchers now. For some reason, I think it's because of the analytics and because of that you could break down every single pitch in real time, on a laptop in the dugout where the pitcher can no longer get through the lineup the 3rd time. He can get through the lineup the 1st time and the 2nd time. But in the 3rd time, as you see, they pull the pitcher because stats show, numbers show that he gets shelled 3rd time around. You bring in your relievers, and if your relievers don't have it, the reliever could blow the game for a starting ace pitcher that's pitched 5 or 6 perfect innings. So baseball has become much, much harder to bet. Where I used to be able to, beat the pants off of it, 57%. Every single year, taking back $1.16 as an average take price back because, I think there's value in the underdogs. There's value in the numbers. And I used to like going against the grain, against the public. But now, like any other sport, it's a grind, one day at a time. You need to be lucky. It's gambling. You have to be lucky. If you don't catch breaks, if you're unlucky, you're never going to win money gambling. It's just that simple. I don't give you the best in the world. You have to be lucky. You have to catch breaks. And for me, baseball is my favorite sport.
Hell yeah. And we've got one other guy that agrees with you, Tyler Moody, in here, big Rangers fan.
Shout out, Tyler. I love you, Tyler.
Yo, what's
big
up,
hug
Stu?
and kiss, Tyler. Love you, baby.
Yeah.
Let's get some baseball props going. Let's go, baby. First 5 innings, home run props. Listen, you're the baseball king. I'm ready to roll with you. Let's make some money.
I've got some futures that we're going to give out in just a few minutes here, and then I do have I've got home run props coming tomorrow. So we're ready to go. Ready to roll, baby. Ready to roll.
Now, listen, if people don't know it, the #1 baseball analyst at Barstool Sports is Tyler Moody. I mean, nobody could even hold his jock. People don't know that. Now they know it. People don't know his name. Now you know his name. Follow him because he's the best there is. In addition to it, he had a very high quality pitching career. Tyler, drop what you did.
Well, I was a drop down guy. I was a side armor. I threw like 82, and I'd like to throw that slider behind guys and have it finish over the plate. Struck a lot of people out. Won a state championship in Louisiana. Went to Louisiana Tech to play baseball, and then I decided to join a fraternity. In fact, I had a big decision one night. It's like 4 a.m. I'm leaving the KA foam party, and I had baseball practice at 6:30 a.m. Well, I'm walking back to this girl's dorm, and I had to decide, am I going to go to this dorm or am I going to baseball practice? And let's just say I hit a home run that night, but it wasn't at baseball practice.
Well, I mean, you're a male. You're a human. I mean, everybody would just turn off this podcast right now if you gave any other answer, baby. 15, 15, 30 always rules. You know what I'm saying? And that's really the bottom line.
Oh, it's so funny. Well, and Moody, he's going to Cubs Rangers opening day on Thursday night. The Rangers raising the World Series banner.
Oh, amazing. And you're a big Texas Ranger man too, right?
Yeah, big Rangers fan. I had the Rangers at 45-1 to win the World Series last year, so crushed that. I'll be in the building on Thursday as we raise the banner. First time we could ever say that. I mean, and like you, dude, I love baseball. It's the best sport. It's all season, and you have a game every single day for the next, 6.5, 7 months. Yes. That's the most beautiful thing about it. I actually think one thing Major League Baseball should do is have one game start at 12, one game start at 3, and then you can have the rest of your slate. So they had baseball going on all day, every day for 6.5 months. I think that would be really smart of them. But either way, I mean, come on, baby. Baseball every day. It's beautiful.
Take me out to the ball game, baby. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back. It's root for the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. And it's 1, 2, 3 starts you around the old ball game. Let's go, baby.
Speaking of that, Moody, what futures you going to hit?
All right, yeah, here's what I've got for you guys right now. And we're going to do some more stuff tomorrow. I gave out Wyatt Langford to win American League Rookie of the Year. A month and a half ago? He was at 8-1 whenever I gave him out. He's now 2-1. So that's already moved big time. I hope you guys jumped on it. I mean, I gave it to you. I hope you got on it with me. Yordan Alvarez to win American League MVP plus 800. He's 8-1. I think he's going to have an absolutely sensational season. The Astros have moved him into the 2-hole. He's a superstar. I mean, the dude, you saw what he did during the postseason. He can flat out hit the baseball. I also have Yordan to lead the majors in home runs at 12-1. I have a small flyer on Luis Robert to win, to lead the majors in home runs at 55-1. I'm just taking that one a little bit smaller. NL Cy Young, Jordan Hicks plus 100 or plus 15,000. He's 150-1. 150-1. This is very small. Moly. I think Spencer Strider is going to win the NL Cy Young. As long as Strider stays healthy, he's so freaking good. He's going to strike out a guy and a half per inning. Like he's the best pitcher in baseball as far as racking up stats. I do think he wins the NL Cy Young, but let's imagine a world where he gets injured. Somebody else has to come in. I think Jordan Hicks is going to be one of the young stars of the season. The Giants have moved him from a relief role into a starter's role. He's struck out 10 in his last performance of the spring. The dude is really, really talented. It's just a flyer. That's again,
150-1.
150-1. I'm just saying this is a flyer. I do think Spencer Strider wins the NL Cy Young, but Hicks at 150-1. And then I'm giving out AL reliever of the year, Andres Munoz, 10-1. He's the Mariners closer. I think the Mariners are going to be a pretty good baseball team. I think they're going to win a lot of close games, and I think Munoz is set up for a sensational season. I have him as AL reliever of the year. So Munoz, AL reliever of the year, NL Cy Young, a flyer on Jordan Hicks at 150-1, and then Yordan Alvarez, AL MVP, and to lead Major League Baseball in home runs. And then my favorite pick, Wyatt Langford, American League Rookie of the Year.
Golly,
wow.
Pretty
I love
sharp,
it.
though,
Listen,
Stu. Getting it, he
look,
got it 8-1, and now it's 2-1. That's wild.
That's sharp, and I love it because yesterday on Only Stu podcast with me and Alex, the Only Stu podcast. Please listen to that. By the way, we do 3 hours of me and Alex just screams at me for 3 hours. Unbelievable. I get abused. I went over Giants. I think it was 83.5 wins. I went over Mets 81.5 wins, and I went over Seattle Mariners also. I forgot exactly what they were for.
Yeah, they're right there in the 84, I think, 83.
Right, 83.5
Yep.
wins too. So, I mean, along the lines of what you just said, it helps my situation. Okay, just personally, do you think the Mets are going to go over 81.5 wins and make the playoffs? And what do you think of the Yankees overall objectively?
Okay, so I'm on the under for the Yankees. I think because Garrett Cole being injured, it's a huge thing. He's the best pitcher in the American League. He's going to miss probably the first 2 months of the season. That's a huge blow to this Yankees team when you lose the Cy Young winner from last season. And I know they added Soto, but I don't like the rest of that lineup. Like I don't really trust Stanton to stay healthy. I don't necessarily trust Judge to stay healthy for that matter. So I actually have the under on the Yankees. I'm fading the Yankees just a little bit. A part of that is because I believe the Blue Jays are going to be pretty good this year. I think Vladimir Guerrero has a big season. I think he carries the Blue Jays. And we obviously know the Orioles are in a good spot. So I'm fading the Yankees a little bit. A lot of that has to do with injuries and the fact that Garrett Cole's not going to be there. And then for the Mets, their pitching staff is a big concern. They lose Kodai Senga already, kind of the same thing as the Yankees. You lose your ace to start the season. It's a bit of a concern, but 81.5 is a perfect number for the Mets. I do think they could be a winning baseball team. I think they can win 83, 84 games. The problem is that division is freaking good.
Brutal.
The Braves are probably the best team in the National League. You know, the Dodgers are there, don't get me wrong, but the Braves are freaking good. And then the Phillies are great as well. And the Marlins have these young pitchers that are flat out studs. Max Mayer's coming. They've moved AJ Puck into a starting role, and he's been dicing people up this spring. So the Mets are going to have to play really good baseball. Pete Alonso is going to have to hit a lot of home runs, and they need a resurgent year from Francisco Lindor. If Lindor does not play at that MVP level that we saw a couple years ago, I don't think the Mets can reach their full potential.
I like JD Martinez move.
Yeah, I like JD Martinez. He's a hitter, right? He's a guy that comes in, he teaches the younger players how to play the game properly, and he's just a flat-out professional hitter.
Okay, against the wall right now, right this second. No analysis, right this second.
Yep.
National League champ, American League champ, World Series winner.
Okay, so I actually took this bet. I have the Braves winning the National League. I think Strider and Fried in the postseason will be good. I think the Braves lineup is one of the best. The Dodgers are going to be there. Don't get me wrong, but I have the Braves winning the National League. And then I actually, it's tough for me. It's either the Houston Astros, which I hate to say.
No, let's go.
I'm taking the Toronto Blue Jays to win the American League. They're 20-1 to win the World Series. There's something that's just telling me this is going to be a huge season for Vladimir Guerrero. Kevin Gausman was elite last year for the Blue Jays. They have some bullpen injuries right now. If they get their bullpen healthy, they're going to be very good. And they just feel like the sleeper to me. So if I was going chalk, I would go Astros over Braves. But my flyer is Blue Jays over Braves in the World Series. I actually have a Blue Jays Braves exacta ticket or whatever you want to call it already on DraftKings.
All right,
that's
listen,
where I'm at there. Yeah.
All right, but you confused me.
Okay.
Who's winning the World Series? No analysis. No, listen. No analysis.
The Houston Astros.
Okay, fair enough. I like it. I like it. I love it. It's an honor to listen to you because
I appreciate
you're the smartest baseball mind, arguably, in the world.
Hey, listen, last year was insane. We're going to try and build on that. Home run props are my thing. I love doing home run props. I play fantasy baseball. Yeah, and that's a really tough thing to do on a consistent basis. But somehow, man, we did it on a very consistent basis last year, and we'll have home run props ready to roll tomorrow.
I love it. I love it. And listen, baseball is my best sport. I've always done well in baseball. I love baseball. I put the most work into baseball, and obviously my paywall is StuFeiner.com. And bottom line, since 1982, there's a reason that I have a paywall, and I've survived having a paywall in the world of everyone giving away their games for free and wrapping advertising around it. I have a paywall I'm worth paying for, whether it's baseball, football, basketball, or right now, the NCAA tournament, StuFeiner.com, StuFeiner.com, StuFeiner.com.
Stu, love it. Love getting to talk baseball with you and Moody. This is so much fun. Always a treat. I feel like I say this all the time. you're always welcome on Wake Up Mintzy. We miss seeing you in Chicago.
Oh, I can't wait to come out there. And what'd you think of my idea of, I offered to tape. Well, I haven't spoke to him yet, but I just threw it out there. I want to cut, like Big Cat said, because I missed my birthday coming out with Big Cat, PFT, and Jerry. I was supposed to do that live stream where picking a needle out of a haystack, but I pulled my back. It was a herniated disc bulging with the spinal stenosis, so I couldn't even walk. So he said he's going to have me out a week in April hanging out with everyone. I was thinking Tate could teach me how to play basketball and you and me could go one-on-one.
Oh, let's do it. Little one-on-one.
I'm horrific in basketball. My win's amazing. I play great defense, but I'm only 5'5". Who am I guarding? You know what I'm saying? And I think that would be funny.
Yeah, I'd love to play one-on-one basketball with Stu
Feiner. You and me with Tate is like just destroying how we play. You have a good shot though. You have a very good shot. You're going to beat me, but our wind will be there, and I'll be very physical with you. I'm going to try to throw you right down to the floor. I'm going to do I'm going to do a Draymond Green. I'm going to be brutal and cheap and kick you in your balls. I mean, it's how I play.
I'm down one-on-one, me and Stu Feiner with Tate analyzing it. That sounds fun to me.
Right, exactly. And then I'm looking forward to going to Big Cat's house, meeting his wife, the children, and then really having time to hang out in, Chicago. I'd like to do a play. I'd like to take you to Hamilton. Let's go to Hamilton.
I'm down to get some culture. Hey, I'm down to get
the theater. Hamilton, greatest play ever made.
I'm down to get some culture. Well,
yes,
Stu,
and then go on a boat, and
hopefully the weather. It's like 20. It's like
probably
29 degrees and windy today, but hopefully this weather will warm up here soon.
Well, we got another month before. I mean, it could break in April. Like it's hit and miss in Chicago, right? Could be 30, it could be 80. You never know.
Yeah. Well, Stu, I just want to say, as always, thank you so much for joining us here on Wake Up Mintzy, presented by Dude Wipes. Just always so great to hear from you. Can't wait to see you in Chicago soon. We appreciate you giving us some time this morning.
It's an honor. It's a pleasure. God bless you. I love you. I would die for you.
I mean, you can't. How can you not love Stu Feiner? Just living legend. The source. Always great to wake up and be ready to roll this morning. Thanks to our presenting sponsor, Dude Wipes, as well as Stella Blue, and our guy and our crew, Moody. Great job. Obviously we had the text up before. That can't be helped, but I appreciate our production crew and you having the right attitude, getting it fixed.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I appreciate it. And Mintz, before we get out of here, though, the people want to know. What are you looking at on your phone the entire show? Are you playing Candy Crush? What are you doing over there?
No, what I was doing on my phone was getting the links out on Twitter so people click.
Okay, but you put that out a while ago. So what have you been doing in the back half?
I'm not even looking at my phone. I don't know. It's just sitting there. I'm not even scrolling through it. I mean, I did just get a text from Jeff D. Lowe about we have a dozen match taping today. The Sunday night showdown in the dozen is Smockin. We're red hot Smockin against the experts. I saw a text from him, but I'm honestly, I guess it's sitting there, but I'm not really looking at it.
Okay,
maybe I'll put it up. I'm sorry if that was annoying people.
The people were curious. They were on your ass a little bit about the phone.
Earlier on, I was fooling with it because I was trying to get the damn link up for Stu because we had Twitter because we got up late. But other than that, I mean, it's just like there. I'm sitting staring at it. But if the people are on my ass about it, then I'll do better. But also shout out chat. Appreciate y'all. Sorry we started a little late. But thank you guys, and thanks to Stu Feiner. And tomorrow, we got a big time college basketball guest previewing the Sweet 16. And also talked to Chef Donnie. There's going to be a video of him and me, him teaching me to make a grilled cheese. We're going to film next week. That should be fun after I botched it on the yak. So I'm going to try to get out and do some more activities. But we appreciate you guys in the chat. As always, fire away. We'll react to you. And thanks to Moody and Dude Wipes and Stella Blue and Stu Feiner. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. We'll be ready to roll.